Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Friday, February 13th, 2009. Well, we're seeing a consolidation today, folks, and that's a beautiful pattern actually intact on the daily and the 60-minute chart, and exactly what we do want to see. Now, many people would say, oh, we're not seeing follow-through from yesterday's big move in the afternoon. That's true. You're not seeing follow-through right now. But the fact of the matter is that for a healthy market to continue up, you have to see this type of consolidation come in. Now, what's good consolidation, guys? You have a move from the lows here at 81 all the way to a closing high of 83 to 84 on the S&P, SPY, all right? At that point, you had a pause right here at the open, and then a move up to this trend line. Now, note where this trend line is coming from. Take the high candle from the opening candle right here, the high of that candle, draw it to the high of the day, and look at exactly where that market intersects. That's major resistance, going to be very tough for this market to break through. All right? So at that point, that's your sell signal. You have to understand, you have to have your trend lines drawn in from yesterday and previous days, as you see some of them actually go further back. Now, right at this point in the market, we are seeing the market pulling back decently. It's a decent pullback. Dow down about 75 points, NASDAQ down 8, S&P down about 7. Just about 0.5% to 1% pullback in the markets. Now, as I mentioned, that's what you want to see. When you see a move up in the markets of this magnitude, from yesterday's low at 3 o'clock to the high today at around 10:30, look at that move up. I mean, it's a huge move up. Any market that moves like that, you have to see a pullback, folks. I can't stress that enough. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Look at this pullback consolidation off this move. It's an in spirit of bullish flag pattern, although it's a little jagged here, but you want to really look at it on the 60-minute chart. We're going to do that in a minute. Now, your other resistance points and support points played out to a T today, guys, and I want to just show you. Number one, you had that upper trend line from this point to this point right up. In addition, you had trend lines that we had in this market going back multiple weeks, if not days or weeks or months. The one right here, very important. Look at how that trades right to the closing high yesterday. And then the upper candles had trouble at first, consolidating, broke above it, then came down, hit it, and then finally broke through. So that trend line very, very key as well. In addition, this lower one, look at this lower one, which goes back weeks as well, is now playing. This candle right here yesterday closed right here before breaking above it. On the downside, this was your support line. The opening candle hit it, bounced. This candle hit it, bounced, until you broke out to the upside. Then as you came down the market, you can see the support line held very nicely until the breakdown point right here. Now, the interesting thing about this is you can see that the market was kind of creating this bearish flag pattern before this breakdown. And where did the breakdown take us? Right to the 50 moving average. So again, things playing out beautifully here. And we're actually getting a nice little bounce here live, guys. And I just want to draw your attention to that. See this market kind of advancing up a little bit. You're going to have resistance at this 20 moving average. That'll be minor resistance on this market. If you get through that, then you're going to come into play at this line again on the SPY at 83.75, 83.75, 83.70. If you get through the 20 moving average. The 20 moving average I have at about 83.40, but that moving average will shift throughout the day, so it's going to change. Next candle will be different, and so forth all the way through. Now, again, look at the bounce, guys. And I mean, if you had to talk about an area of a buy program or where to buy the market, first hit of the 50, just like yesterday was a short. And I want to draw your attention to that. This is yesterday's chart. Look at this point right here, crisscrossing right on that 50 moving average. Look at the sell-off that you got. Same thing working in reverse here, coming all the way down, and then you're getting a nice little move up off the 50 moving average. So both sides of the kind of the even, I guess you would call it symmetry in this market. Notice this move this way, then the bounce down, then notice this move this way, and then a possible bounce back up. So you're seeing the symmetry in this market showing up beautifully. Now, in all fairness, who knows how high this bounce off this 50 moving average goes. It doesn't necessarily have to go very high. It could go to this resistance at the 20, could go to this one, or if it gets through this line, and this line is a lot of resistance, you'll test the highs of the day, and notice what's coming into play at the highs of the day, guys. Notice the 200 moving average. So that's why the symmetry of the market, everything always works out, and at this point, by the time this market could get up here, if it does, you'll have the 200 right on that line right here, and it'll be a major resistance area as well as a double top. 200 moving average, double top, like that, all right? And these are things you want to just constantly focus on. Keep looking at the market. Look at what moving averages are moving, where your trend lines are. Are they going to intersect at a point? Are you going to have a necktie? All this kind of stuff will make you a more profitable trader, which, let's be honest, whether you're a swing trader, investor, or day trader, these will work on all time frames, and that's the beauty of it. Now let's go to the 60-minute, guys, and quickly analyze the 60. This is where you really see the nice consolidation pattern in the market. All right? Here's your buy program yesterday, where you actually, at 3 o'clock, just shot up insanely. Now you're seeing a nice pullback right to the 20 moving average on the 60-minute. This is an in spirit of bull flag so far. It's a little steeper than you'd want to see for a true bull flag, but you can still call it an in spirit of bull flag. And what you really want to see is this 20 moving average hold, consolidate on it, and then start to turn up. Now, if we break this 20 moving average, you're going to have some support right here. This will be another level support. Notice here, and I can draw this, extend this. So this support line is still intact for multiple days, and it was right at the lows of the day where we pierced it, and we bounced back above the 20, but notice how it comes into play. So this will be support again, this line I just drew in. If you break that, then you're probably going to go to this line on the 60-minute, and if that breaks, then you're talking about yesterday's lows of the day is getting tested. All right, on your 60-minute. Now, there are multiple levels on your intraday 10-minute you have to pay attention to as well, but nonetheless, those are your levels. Now, on the upside, you're going to have the high of the day resistance, just like we talked about. All right? And look at how this is coming into play now. So here's your high closing points, and draw that line right across, and look at how perfect it is to the high resistance. So you can tell this is resistance up here. You hit it multiple times before the sell-off yesterday, then you hit it again on the closing move and this morning's high, and then the high of the day candle is, look at that 50 moving average sloping down on the 60-minute now. We looked at the 200 on the 10-minute. But the 60-minute moving average, the 50 moving average coming down, that will intersect right there as well and be the double top. Will be a lot of resistance in this market if we get there. Now, we're going to see how this market plays out. We'll cover it all in tonight's Research Center video, how it plays out today, and go over what our speculation is for next week, because we do think there is a move coming in this market, and we'll release that, obviously, to you all in the Research Center, those that have the premium services in the Research Center, and you want to just pay attention to that. Also, follow the Pro Trader watch list, the Hidden Gems report, the daily market report with all the key levels on gold, oil, and the U.S. dollar. By the way, oil bouncing today, almost up $4. Big move on oil today, folks. Big move on oil. I did talk about that in the Research Center yesterday as being oil was very oversold. I did alert our subscribers to that. And you can see this nice move up here on the oil front, right to the 60-minute. This is the USO chart, by the way, right to the 60-minute 20 moving average, which is meeting resistance. All right, so keep that in mind, folks. Keep that very close in mind. All right, you can see the move up here on the USO. Nice move here as oil is up very nicely. Gold lower today by about $5.70. And again, just to repeat, the Dow down about 63 points, S&P down about 6, and the NASDAQ down just 4. Consolidation, guys, to a T. Let's go back to the SPY intraday 10-minute, and you can see you're continuing to move up off that 50 moving average hit. 50 moving average, first hit of the day, is usually a good bounce play, whichever way it's going to into that level. So be aware of that, folks. And if you're interested in learning more, I strongly encourage. We do a lot of education in the Research Center. There's about 5 different services that are bundled into that one thing, and we do encourage you to come sign up. All right, folks, that's about all for today. We're going to cover a lot of keys in the Research Center video tonight. I hope you all tune in. Take care.